Division 2 match between Trashcan Gaming and TGC. Let's see, what's the full name? The Cause Gaming one. So today I'm gonna be mainly by myself. I do have Sun Milk here on with me to help produce, and she'll be talking a little bit here and there. This is our third season for Revolution Esports. I believe Sun Milk, you were actually on one of these teams, so you might know a little bit better. I'm going to this fairly fresh. So first off, we're going to be standing on control points. Seems like we're going to be starting on Busan. While they're setting up and getting the little iffies out of the way, I'm going to be talking about Revolution. We've been around for 3 seasons now, officially or unofficially about 6. There was some darker times for the previous 3 seasons. We should not mention it. If you do like us, please support us. You can do exclamation Patreon in chat, and you can always donate to Revolution. Everything that you'll be donating will be going to Revolution itself and to casters, and more importantly to the production team. Besides that one, if you like energy drinks, I suggest doing the exclamation Rogue in chat to get your discount for Rogue Energy. It's one of our lovely sponsors. After this match, there's actually going to be another one at 10 p.m. if you want to watch that one. 1 second while I look up who's going. Wow, there's too many channels in Discord. Oh, that sounds correct. I just know that it will be casted by Tony and Esol. One of which is oh, I've not seen either. Alright, seems like we're getting all started here and there. Still need to fix their spectator.
Hope the audio is sounding okay, since usually producers don't really talk or help cast. So, um, this will be kind of exciting.
It'll be fairly interesting when you find out that you were not heard at all the entire stream.
Yeah, I usually mute myself and I try to just answer questions kind of like off screen. I'm kind of like that one person who holds the piece of paper with the words on there, telling you when to roll cue for something. But now I'll be heard, so you may hear me mumble every now and then talking to myself, and hopefully there'll be less of a time crunch, of a crunch situation. Hopefully I won't alt 4 this time.
Well, you never know. It can always be done. So it seems like our lobby is set. It seems that the Cause Gaming only has their 6 players, while Trashcan apparently came with a complete full roster and seems to be switched.
Mhm.
Side notes, it might be today another update came through, so there are a couple new nerfs that are on the game as of today. One going to Widowmaker, one going to Hammond, and one going to Brig, and of course the lovely Symmetra splash damage increase. So let's see if that will slightly change the meta than it normally is played, but it's probably going to be still the same.
Yeah, that was really interesting. I remember launching the game and then seeing an update, and I was like, oh, this will be interesting to see happen live, especially on a tournament happening on that same night.
Well, it's actually it might be fun. I think it's just a fun factor that
Mhm.
with the rapid nerfs and buffs here and there, it seems like the game's changed a little bit more. It's a little bit more fun. I myself had having a little more fun in comp versus being just running around and suddenly there is a widow with a mercy pocket and just dying instantly
Right.
for just a body shot window.
Do you think we'll see more Symmetra since
Well,
what
she
is it?
is
Her
very
damage
good,
is being
but
increased?
it always depends. You can get away with her if you have coordination. For example, Li Jiang Tower, you'll always see some Metra just with the teleporter is always nice to get out of spawn. But besides that one, she takes just inside points mainly to work. And most of
Right.
the points in this game is fairly open. Yep, and since they're ready, are we ready?
Um, it looks like, yeah, I think I'm ready. Are you?
Yeah, I'm just slightly concerned with the in queue versus actually in spec. And
Wait,
they're back in all spec.
okay, wait, I guess they're not ready yet. I guess they're still making sure, um,
It seems like
players
the
can
cause
see.
gaming is having a couple more. It seems like we're running into a couple more issues, and now we have back people in queue.
It's
But what you
okay.
gonna do?
It's okay. At least I think it's better to have people on the team they're playing for, and at least they know who needs to spectate who.
Well, yeah,
Right. Yeah,
just,
so
yeah, just Trashcan Gaming just has their main they're
yeah.
everybody here versus they had just have one.
Accidentally giving them the upper hand and learning their strats. Oh, we're getting in.
It seems like we're starting. We're starting on Busan, always a lovely favorite map, and we're starting on Shrine.
What do you think we're gonna see here?
Ah, it depends. It's probably gonna be Rhine Diva or Rhine Arisa, and since most of it depends on the two tank line slots, it's probably gonna be definitely a Mei. But since the long sidelines, you can always swap for a Widow or a Pharah Mercy, as I believe we saw in the game yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
Don't ask me who played. My memory's not that long, but I know there was a game yesterday.
Yeah, it was like one of our Division 1 games, and the Pharah was just uncontested. Even with the Diva,
Oh yeah.
I think it was Maverick playing Diva.
Yes, it was, and
Yeah.
Death was the Pharaoh who was calling it.
Yeah,
But
there
now
we
we go in.
Yeah, remember the
It
name.
seems like they're both opting for a complete mirror comp, except it seems like the Trashcan Gaming is opting for a Sigma Orion. More brawly, more damage. Let's see if that works out for them, or if the Diva is going to dominate this game, or at least the first half.
Round one, capture.
Alright, we're getting started. They're running. So we have a Baptiste on the side of the Cops game. Alright, seems like they engage on the lovely drum over here. Now it's going to be whose main goes up. Oh, seems like the Cause Gaming gets the first pick. They roll through. It seems like they're going to clean up the fight. And with this, the point control will go into their favor. I do apologize. It will take me one round, hopefully, to get used to the naming. I just need to focus on that one player who keeps carrying, and that will be it for which team is.
That was a really quick push.
Well, the immortality field helps quite there, so they can go in and just push while not being worried about healing. Seems like the rotation comes in, and that's actually the benefit of the Diva. You get the mobility, get the speed in, but it seems like Trashcan Gaming is doing the exact same thing. They want the speed, they want the point, so they're completely engaging. So far, nobody has died this team fight, but it's still brawly, it's still in there. The Mei walls are not able to put anybody off. Oh, Hammer goes through from the Cause Gaming. They're able to get 1-2 picks. Shatter in, not able to find anything. And seems like the Cause Gaming is going to go onto point. And hopefully we'll be able to clean this up. But this is still brawl meta. Even though it's been 10% while this point has still been active. But it seems like in the end, yeah, the Cause Gaming has been winning out. They didn't lose any people this year, and were able, even though Trashcan Gaming was able to stall quite a bit, the Cause Gaming did not.
There's a big old economy for Trashcan game. So, but now matched up, there's the Cause with their Blizzard.
Yeah, this is a fairly gold style meta, which means Ultra it's always going to be very, very similar. It's not very, if you don't use your ult correctly, it's not the end of the world. Of course, it will always be appreciated to work. But let's see. Oh, Sigma starts up the fight. Let's see if this will work out for them. Oh, two May ults are out, but the Cause Gaming is cleaning this up. They lost one McCree, and oh, it seems fairly even. Oh, not only the tanks are left, trying to get to the 99, and they got it there, but it seems like their Baptiste are the respawn, so they're able not to only hold the point, but they're still there. Seems like that bit nerd is not willing to give up the point. Right, so let's see, the May wall went in, and let's see both Ryans are trying to swing at each other. The Fire Strike was not able to get anybody there. Wow, it's lovely when your spec cam just clicks onto somebody and you can't get off of it.
Oh my gosh, that was a
Wide
big
shatter and the high noon. Oh. Oh, but this is a very chaotic fight. I need a couple seconds to like realize what's going on. So it seems like the Cause Gaming is still in control of point. The Trashcan Gaming is in control of point. But the Cause Gaming is still up in people on actual point. All they need to do is cap and they can close out this first map. Or yeah, close the first.
Wait, the Symmetra comes out from
the Symmetra comes out! Well, it's a fairly good strat because those turrets, they will always cause grief, they always cause people to slow. And as long as you can charge it up, that Reinhardt will never have any shield, but the enemy Reinhardt falls down for the... And the Cause Gaming is cleaning up here and there. The Reinhardt is a little stuck there with the Torn. Shatter comes out, able to catch one, and only the Lucio on point for Trashcan Gaming to contest there. And the first of 3 goes to Trashcan.
Pause.
Yeah, I think the first. Is it the first round?
That
The
was
first round or the first match?
First round. I think match is like the map, and round is like the rounds of the map. If that makes sense.
Maybe so. I might be slightly tired.
Oh no, it's okay. There was so much was going on. Everyone was trying to make their own play, and it's so hard to like. I guess.
This is fairly. This meta is fairly chaos related. Like from people are ulting. It's fairly goats. It's just everybody throws out their ult. There's so many fights here and there, and everybody's trying. Alright, seems like we started. I did the I alt tab again. Alright, there we go. We got up to the fight. It seems both teams took the high ground. Alright, seems like we see the Kent Gaming this time is still opted for the Sigma here. They tried to do the brawl, get a little more value here out of this, and seems they're able to get on point. They brawled out. They're able to pick up the main tank first. Now they just need to clean it up, and the point will. Seems like their Sigma is finally getting their value. He's getting the shots, he's getting the rocks, and he's getting the damaging. Seems like the control point went to Trashcan Gaming. Now they have the advantage because they have the man, that lovely choke, which is always a pain in the ass. But they do have the more mobility of the D.Va to able to contest and maybe get out. All goes out and may get split off a little bit here. That's a nice purge they made for the enemy mate. Shadow goes out, nothing gets hit. They're fighting at the corner still just trading ult for ult. Well, actually 2 ults on the side of the Cause Gaming. Oh, Freeze comes out for Trashcan Gaming, catches 1, catches 2, and they're getting the kills, they're going in. And this is the McCree alive. Can he get out? No. And the fight went fairly in the side of Trashcan. Because Gaming just used 2, actually I believe it's 3 ults that fight and were not able to get a single pick.
Right.
Which is very unfortunately, probably frustrating, but it seems they want to rotate to the bottom of the map and try to see if they can take it up. May ults are in, Sigma coming out strong.
Reaper looks pretty thirsty. Oh, but he got flashed. And
This,
shattered!
oh, the combo goes in. Not able to pick anything else, but on the back end of that chaos, it seems the Cause Gaming is to pick up a couple of picks here and they're snowballing this fight. Trashcan seems to be wanting to stall for as much percentage as possible. But finally the Sigma comes down, and at 88 they will switch point control.
I feel like the cause may throw an early blizzard, considering that if they lose this fight, they may just lose this round. So
There's always tensions. There's still ball in the game. As long as there's ball in the game, the 99% test will always happen.
It's really scary time. I can make
And
people
the
feel
value of.
pressured.
Oh, but the Cause
And the
Trashcan Gaming is coming out strong. Oh, and the beautiful ult there from HP Prime cleans up the fight and wins it. Oh, yeah, cleans up the fight.
I think
And
the
it's
cause gets
90%
caught up.
control for Trashcan Gaming here. It seems the ball is trying to rotate all the way around just to get that last second touch. He's able to get it. McCree picks off the Reaper over here, and it seems like the brawl started on the fight. Sigma's coming out with the ult, but right next to a Diva. You never know sure if that's gonna work out.
Oh my god,
Oh,
the rock!
and the rocks have to back, but not before he can still pick off the Sigma there. But the Trashcan Gaming is still controlling the point. They have the ult, they have the meat, they have the Moira. Respect the Moira on point. And second round goes to Trashcan Gaming.
I feel like these matches are pretty close.
I think the biggest value here is the Sigma versus the Diva. In open maps, it seems like the Diva was able to get as the offset gave a little more value out. But this in the in-game fight, this Sigma. Still not entirely sure how you use his ult correctly, but at least with the stun. It seems like they're completely mirroring, except for the McCree versus the Reaper, which have gotten them pretty good value on the Mecha base one. But this is going to be fairly open, and I would be not surprised to see one of the teams switch to Widowwing just to be in for the high ground. But it seems they're still sticking with their same exact comps. Roll is not able to isolate somebody there. It seems like the Diva is running dangerously close, and the McCree is able to pick up the Reaper there. So there's an advantage for the Cause Gaming. Let's see if they can turn this fight around. Nope. Wall comes in, gets isolated. The Reinhardt gets charged there, but the McCree is just on high ground, firing down, not being contested. But it seems like Sigma saw him, he killed him, went in. Picks going left, picks going right, and it seems the Diva got nano, she's going in, she's crapping and stuff, but it seems the Trashcan Gaming have more people on point, and they have the May, they have the Reaper, and they're able to freeze and just damage out anything on there. McCree is a lovely pick if you can stun it, and like you said, when it was on the high ground, it's perfect. But that Reaper May on point just gives them so much beef, so much damage on point that the tanks just can't get past it, even with DM. It's still gonna be a lot of brawl. It's still a lot of damage. And as you can see, like they already have the freeze up on the side of Trashcan Gaming. So unless the Diva eats it, this next fight will definitely go in the. Oh no, I said something wrong. McCree is able to get the high ground, take a pick on the May, and this will give a good opportunity to Cause Gaming to take control of the points.
Oh my god, the flash!
He's able to flash almost the entire team there and still get out of it, but the Diva does not. She peels and she dies for her troubles. Reaper's on point, the Blossom comes out, gets 3 picks, and that's all they need to clean up the point. The Lucy's still trying to stall, but it seems the point went back to Trashcan. The McCree has worked out pretty, like the Chaos has been pretty decently on pretty decent on McCree this round. The flashes and getting the picks on, especially on the enemy Mei here and there. Let's see if he can do a lot more. Like, he can do a lot of damage with. Oh, but he's mid-freeze. Oh no! Bomb goes in the back line, but it does save the Reinhardt. Shatter comes out, doesn't get anybody. The Reaper comes in, he's anti, able to shift out here. Freeze comes in, and they're going down. Oh, Sigma beautiful with that ult there, saves most of their team. But now we have an Ana. If she can get those antis from the high ground onto the team, maybe the Tracer can clutch this out. But Sigma has other answers. He picks up the... Oh, the beautiful rocket to the D.Va. See, with Trashcan Gaming is a 99. They're trying to close this out. Cause Gaming is trying to stall those last couple of fights. And let's see. No, I think that's gonna be it. There's the ball on point, but it's Mei Reaper. There's not much the ball can do. And the first map goes to Trashcan.
Their names are really similar.
Yeah.
You
I
can
need
just.
to change that a little bit.
I think Trashcan and the cause may be easier.
The cause and the trash. Right.
The cause and the trash. But
We see the lovely play of the game by the Reaper. So it seems that the Cause Gaming was able to get that first point out, but the Trashcan Gaming, they found their literally found what they wanted to run, and they ran it, and they ran it well, and were able to get the point and win the first map. So the second map, I apologize, it did not have the rules open. I believe it should be
an escort. It should be
an escort. It's Rialto, Dorado, and I can't remember the last one. But it seems like the team chose Dorado, and now we're going to see who's going to be attacking, who's going to be defending.
Yeah, I would have liked to see Route 66, but Dorado's fine too.
I have not seen that map quite a bit, and I don't think you will see it. People do love that Genji. They do love the dive metas, and Dorado is just so much better for just running that comp than Route 60.
That's fair. I feel like with Dorado as well, perhaps for who selected it, did the cause choose Dorado?
The losing team is the one deciding which map.
Oh, I wonder what Dorado could offer as a benefit or an advantage for them to choose that map. Because I've seen, did they change their DPS? Was it consistently Mei McCree?
It has been. They've been running pretty much the meta. They've been so they've been running like everything meta. I do believe they changed out the Moira for the Ana here and there, especially with maps you can get away with the beautiful antis here and there on the teams.
Now I'm curious because the tanks line was very different with Rein Diva versus Rein Sigma, and perhaps it may be a pattern where if it's in close quarters, Trashcan Gang may hold an advantage over that, versus if it's open quarters, then the cause will have advantage over that. So with Dorado, from what I remember, I feel like Dorado only has it's mostly open quarters. Would it be except the third point and the first choke?
Well, it's normally it's fairly common to run dive and everything but the last point. So very similar to what you can run on. It's just the high gun control on first point and second point for Dorado is just such immense that if you can get it, you can pretty much either full hold or roll the enemy.
That's true, right? You can. It's very punishable. I think perhaps with the high ground, they'll be able to take advantage of I forget who plays D.Va, but whoever's playing D.Va will be able to take advantage of the high ground along with the McCree, because every now and then Cowles will be playing McCree. He gets unattended unless the Sigma's looking at him or the other May's looking at him. But if not, he just makes those picks with the flashbang or just with his left click and just taking one early kill.
which did help them out. Unfortunately, it seems the team synergy of Trashcan is fairly good. So even though they lost their May there, they were still able to restabilize and retake that point. Like they didn't lose point. Um, McCree is fairly decent, or he's a fairly good pick, but it seems like always slightly off. Seems like we're doing a couple of changes on the side of Trashcan. I'm just hoping it's just, since it's a very high ground related map, the Sigma does have the advantage of putting up a shield, and he's fairly decent against snipers, just denying line of sight. And close quarters, it's not particular. It's Sigma. It's just double shield wins out fairly decently, or Ryan Zarya just wins out because it's fairly close quarters. And with if you have a Sigma shield, the Sigma shield pushes us forward, and the Reinhardt can literally run at the enemy team just swinging his hammer, and that's a big advantage with close choke points, either in mecha base where you have the high ground, or just the point control on. Is it City Center? No, City Center is Oasis.
Right.
The city one, the one with the train map,
Yeah, yeah.
the all-elusive train map that once in a while you suddenly get hit by it.
Yeah, the one that always gets posted when someone accidentally gets pulled into or falls into that area and the train just.
It seems like Trashcan is preparing a couple of new things since they are switching out both their DPS, at least one of their DPS, and the other one is one of their supports. So we might be seeing a slight difference in their comp and their strategy going into this.
Are they confirmed to staying with Trashcan on offense and the cause on defense?
Well, it's up to
I guess
cause to
right.
choose either attack or defense if memory serves well. But to be honest, I have not taken a closer look at the rules.
Right.
So far, I just hit lobby and descended.
I do believe it's the higher. Here, we'll do a quick rehash. Quick. Well, let me pull up the good old book. Let's see. So the initial map in every match will be chosen by the lower seeded team. Attack or defense will be chosen by a higher seeded team.
Well, in that case, since the Cause Gaming both lost the point and high C team, they do get both map choose if they're attacking or defending. But it seems like they're able to give it up to Trash.
Oh, and they're
Seems like it's fairly easy. Yes. Unfortunately, yeah, they're switching. They're not switching the names though, so I hope you're able to do this a little easier with your production.
Got it done. I do appreciate how the logo sizes between Trashcan and the cause are the same. That's really nice. That made it really easy. So that's a big plus. Oh. Huh. I'm really interested. I'm really excited to see the cause's offense. I enjoyed watching their McCree and also enjoyed watching their Ana with initiating with those antis.
If you get those antis off, it's pretty much a free team fight with like it's all if it hits perfectly, it's like almost an ultimate.
Right.
Just going in there, denying all the heal.
Right. You just gotta either block the antis or have a cleanser with.
Well, that's actually why you normally run if they don't have a diva. You normally run the Ana. It's because you can't be flicked. It's just about the E.
Yeah.
And if they have a diva, you run the Moira just because you can get behind those shields. But it seems like the Trashcan Gaming was it Trashcan Gaming running the double shield? That was the Sigma, or was it the Trashcan were running the double shield?
Yeah, Trashcan ran Sigma Rhine and the cause ran Rhine.
I believe they ran a Baptiste with it just because it was the double shield and getting through those healing.
If I can remember, perhaps. But honestly, some of them, they did mirror except those one or two. But
well, honestly, I got a little confused because they just switched in the names. They also switched the names. All right, I will not be confused.
Yeah, I think everything's been updated. We're just waiting for him Start the match?
They're asking if already, so it's
We're
us
ready.
talking here that's currently causing the delay in this game.
Yeah, let them know. Let them know we're ready. We're always ready.
So at a rate, Trash Gaming is up 1-0, but this is a game to best of 3, so as long as the Cause Gaming is playing a really good game, they can bring this back and just win out the or win out the match.
Initiating match.
Back to Dorado. One of the first games, first maps in this game. It's a faint favorite. I think the Dorado and King's Row, I think, are the most popular maps. Just because they're so old and you know every single spot here.
I think they offer a lot of variety too. Like, I think the reason why people have favorite maps is because after they play it for so long, they truly understand it, and they just like know how to utilize the map to their advantage in their plays.
Well, the map has been out since the game launch, so everybody knows the nook and crannies. There's no new alternate routes you can go. It's just you know the map, the enemy team knows the map, so it's always very, very balanced.
Attackers incoming in 30 seconds.
Seems like the Trashcan Gaming is switching to still start sticking with the double shield, but they're going May Chunk. Well, both are fairly good since the first point is pretty much a choke unless they can get the high control. But it seems like the Cause Gaming is just sticking with the Ryan Diva meta. Oh, but they're going Lucio Briggs. They're expecting to fight this very close quarters and just rush at the enemy as much as possible. It seems like Frog is going around and trying to scout them on the high ground. Test each other out, trying to push it to the payload, to the choke. So far, no picks, no major upsets, and now we're at the choke. Now let's see if the Cause Gaming strategy with that spam May will get them. Oh, Junkrat goes in. The Cause Gaming's already fallen fairly low. They have the low healing, and yeah, that's the thing with because the Trashcan Gaming has so much spam. So just going through that choke is gonna take so much more damage. And if you already look at the ult charge, the Junkrat already is almost to ult. For that little engagement, he literally was able to get almost a complete ult charge. So it's going to be fairly... They're not switching up, they're still trying to go in, but they're trying to put the Reaper on high ground just to get out that Junkrat. Alright, so we're coming up on the first couple of ults. Tire is going out. He's getting one pick on the enemy Reinhardt, and they're still going in. That seems like the first couple of holes goes to the Trashcan game. Let's see if the Cause game is going to do a couple changes just to change a little bit up. But nope, no different changes. Let's see, May's already coming up on the ult. Everything else seems to be fairly decently evenly charged. Except for the Cause Gaming's Reinhardt has been swinging quite heavily and is able to already get up the shatter. Moira comes out to get to zone out these.
He got trapped and he could have charged the Reinhardt.
Yes, but they do have. Oh, but the freeze gets eaten by the Cause Gaming, and it seems like that is the chance they needed to turn this around. They're able to one pick, two picks, just a Lucio alive on point, and come on. And they get the pick, and seems like they're able to get a choke. Seems like the Cause Gaming just knew what they were going to do. They had the patience, they waited, and just rolled it out. Oh, what a beautiful satchel packet there from the Junkrat. Oh, and here comes the most deadliest DPS in this game. Seems like the Reinhardt is a little caught off there.
Oh my goodness!
Oh, and it's that the Sigma comes in. Oh, Trashcan. The Sigma ult is fairly decent when you have smaller points, smaller control. Not sure why would you use that bomb there. Maybe it was a fast finger, or maybe it was a fast remake, but ooh, It's one of those ults you don't want to use And here's the other thing with Giants. They have the Reaper and they have the D.Va on high ground. So this second point, that's 3 thing. They should be able to win this out fairly easily.
It seems like Kawas is interested to do a Blossom in the back. On the healer
Well,
specifically.
It's a Reaper. He's always gonna look for that perfect ult. And he's getting at least one, and then it seems like Cause Gaming is able to clean up the rest of it here. May get frozen on her own wall, but it's all about that high ground control in that sense. It seems they're able to they're pushing through here, but it seems the Trashcan game is able to eat away at that clock. So we're going into third point with 4 minutes left. This is a little more close quarters for him, so it might be that the Sigma shines a lot better here on this last point than he has. On the other hand, they still have that Junkrat. That Junkrat is just he's gonna be fairly deadly in this scenario. But they do have the Baptiste on the other side. Oh, beautiful fire strike here from Bit Nerd to get that freeze goes out. Seems most of the team. Oh, Reiner is caught. May is slowed at least, and the picks go in favor of the Cause Gaming. One more pick. Sigma goes out. Only the Lucio left alive. Won't be able to turn it up, and it seems like the Cause Gaming are very, very close to finishing up this map with almost close to 3 minutes. And they're not able to touch, and 3 minutes and 1 second. It's a fairly decent time bank for here. The last point, they're able to push fairly straight through. They had the momentum, kept it up, and went with it. So let's see what the Trashcan Gaming will do on their attack phase here. You were the Trashcan expert. Any like major changes we will see coming at them, or will they stick with the Junkrat main?
I feel like they're going to run a Pharah or a Genji, but I could be wrong. Because I don't know if breaking shield is what they're interested to do, but
well, it's just Fair Mercy is always fairly good.
Right.
This is one of the best maps actually for Fair Mercy, since there's so much roof that they can dive. You were correct. Seems like coming out with the Fair Mercy, and I do love the Fair Mercy. She's able to boop, she's damage, and that barrage. As long as they have the Sigma with the shield, she'll be able to get quite a bit of just damage. But it seems that everything's going to be on Fellsworth. Fellsworth? Oh, Fall Sword. Oh, and they went back to the McCree. They switched up the Reaper to go back to the McCree. Let's see if the Kawas McCree can get those picks he's been able to get on the previous maps. Previous map.
I wonder if Schnee against both sides.
Well, she does have that McCree pocket. The Mercy pocket with her, but they have the D.Va, they have the McCree, so getting anywhere close is going to be fairly deadly. And they still have the double shield, so the choke should be fairly easy to take if they can just brawl. They're just poking, just getting ult charge. It seems they're Trashcan game is just trying to get that Fire Barrage out, go in, and hopefully kill the enemy. They rotate it, seems like a very good angle, and that's why I love Fair Mercy on this point. She's able to, she rotates out, and McCree might be good, but there's just so much space they can hide on.
Oh, he almost finished the Mercy.
Oh, correct. It seems like Oh, they're getting the picks out here. Trashcan Gaming, first one in. May getting out. Reinhardt gets shattered. Oh, what a beautiful shatter, and they're able to clean this up, the Cause Gaming. Now it's just the Mercy versus Sigma. They're chasing them back, trying to get the stagger kills just to deny as much point time as much. Seems like Mercy dies here, but Sigma's able to get out. But the barrage has come online for the Trashcan Gaming, so let's see if D.Va can eat the ult, or if this will basically be a very nice team win for Trashcan Gaming. Seems like they're opting for a different strategy. They're not going through choke, they're gathering on the right here, and they want to take the high ground. They want to go through the stairs. They want to knock off this McCree so their Pharaoh has an easier time. They're all come up together.
They know the Pharah has barrage, and the D.Va's looking.
They're playing very, very defensively, but there's so much space that Farah can take here. Oh, and she gets picked up. Unfortunate. And the fight goes. Oh, beautiful shatter. 1 picks, 2 picks, 3 picks. Oh, it seems like Trashcan Gaming is winning this fight off the backs of their Reinhardt with that beautiful shatter going in. And they still have the barrage, and with the second point being having a more difficult high ground to hold if you have a Pharah. Oh, but they do switch out for a oh no, they already have the Baptiste. Oh, seems like both teams are opting for that Baptiste here. A beautiful Lucio trying to contest the Pharah here as well. Cause game. Oh, and there comes the barrage out. Doesn't get any picks at all. But it seems that the Reaper is still in here and getting picks. Oh, but he does die to that last second bomb. But Cosgame was able to get a lot of time off the bank here, so it's in terms of time, Trash at the Cause Gaming is up a little bit, but always in the foot. Oh, and there we go. The Pharah Mercy gets their first pick on the McCree, and now they're gonna go in a little bit more just to get the more point control here. Oh, and that's what you want to see, that Sigma Reaper on high ground. Just raining down destruction onto that choke. Fairly very bad for here for the Cause game. Oh, Lamp is used here early, which will give the Sigma a... Oh, he doesn't have ult yet. And the D.Va tries to fight here. Sigma dropping here to help out his rest of his team. Shatter's going out, finding nothing. Oh, but the Baptiste goes down with that Fire Strike window. A very, very deadly combo. But here's where the res comes into play. You're able to just res one person and just get this famous. Sigma coming out, Reinhardt. But we have the McCree fairly isolated in the background, just zoning out his team and hoping that they can win this fight. But it seems the Trashcan Gaming is still picking up picks here and there. Oh, and the May gets killed while using her ult, losing it. It's always sad to see. But Trashcan, the Cause Gaming has a beautiful spawn advantage here, so they might be able to hold out this point further. And they're eating away at the time. Oh, Barrage comes out. Doesn't get anything out, and Cause Gaming seems to be able to win this fight. Only the Ryan and the Mercy alive here. Trying to stagger both of them, but they pick him off, and we're getting down to the last minute from Trashcan Gaming. Oh, and there we see it. We see the Winston. I always love that pick, and we see the D.Va coming out for Trashcan Gaming. Seem they're trying to go. Oh, they're going. Which is a very, very interesting choice. Dive is always beautiful at the beginning of the fight, but the mid-fight is very horrible for Dive. So let's see if Genji is able to get up that ult as fast as possible so they can get the team. but they're going into a very, very big chunk of damage here. Alright, seems the McCree's going high ground. Winston's going high ground. Bomb comes out. Oh, and the bomb finds 3, the McCree finds 1, and I do believe that's going to be the map going to the Cause Gaming here. Lucy tries to stall it out, but nothing much she can do. Alright, 1-1. The Cause Gaming made a beautiful comeback here.
That was a really, really pretty hold by them.
Play of the game.
Having that diva just helps out with taking control of the high ground play. It's such a nice factor. I apologize for the quietness here and there. I'm trying to drink a little bit more since last time my voice is always almost completely gone.
Official.
Did I mess up the names?
Every now and then.
Ah!
It's a Trashcan gang.
It's the names are just maybe it's very similar. So I'm gonna have to Cause and Trashcan. I'm just gonna stick with them. I didn't even know what the mint is for on the side of the car.
Because they're minty fresh. The bomb shots are I don't.
They have lobby control. They can do whatever they want to in that sense.
Not wrong, actually. They have the power.
They have the power. Right, so next time I believe is hybrid. So we're gonna be looking at hybrid. So we're looking at probably Scrim's Row, King's Row.
Wait, I thought third map is Assault with Hanamura, Temple of Anubis.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh God. The horror maps. As you can tell, I'm not very appreciative of the 2CP map pool. They're all very similar, and you either never get first point or you snowball it, and then it's gonna be you win the game at 4-5 or 6-4, some ridiculous score. It's fairly easy to snowball on them. Blizzard's been trying to shave off time here and there just to get the to make them more even, but if you can snowball, you can still snowball.
What's your prediction? What map you think?
I just saw it in chat, so Hanamura is the pick they're gonna go for.
Oh, big spoiler.
Big spoiler. But we might see more Symmetra. If I remember correctly, on the first map on Shrine, Trashcan Gaming picked out the Symmetra get on point. And the Symmetra teleporter onto point or high ground is a very, very common and very preferred strat. So we might be seeing a Loma Symmetra with her splash damage or damage to her secondary ability or secondary fire. She might be a more viable pick here.
I want to see.
Sorry. I probably not. We're like in a meta. Diva has always been fairly strong. She was very strong to gold. She was fairly strong during double shield, but dive during dive meta. She's always been fairly strong because she can eat those ults, and they did nerf her defense matrix, which did make her fairly unviable for a lot of times during the double shield meta. And Sigma coming out with an eat that gives you shield, more or less, made him very viable. But I think that 3-second cooldown change just made her so much more aggressive, so much better. Seems like we're having some technical difficulties on the Minty Fresh side of this game.
Apparently, my audio was. I'm so sorry for the people who signed, but apparently my audio was only working on their left ear. So when I was talking, they could only hear on one side. Probably thought there was something wrong with their headphones. So I'm so sorry about that.
What do you mean? It's was it 360 surround sound? That's what it is. You just only hear one point. It's the Doppler effect. Just imagine a voice is circling your head a little bit.
Are they holding defense? Or maybe.
With their string.
Oh.
They're
Maybe
doing a couple of changes. Seems like they're changing out their support again.
they changed out Schneef.
So we're probably going to see the mirror comp again with the Reaper May or the McCree May.
I think the sim is gonna pull out.
Sim is going to pull out.
I think the sim. So.
Like I said, I always loved the Symmetra strats.
Mm.
We might see it on both sides. You never know. It might be that seems like Trashcan might be fairly cheeky and just use the teleporter Bastion carding around the point for defense. Something
Funny
also
enough,
very fair.
They used to have a comp where they shieldless Bastion. Have Bastion running around kind of like a soldier. So that could come out.
He does have similar damage spread, and to the recent, I think it was a recent buff to Soldier actually, on his range, they actually had fairly similar damage outputs. And Bastion, I believe, in his recon form had less spread on his gun.
This map is so pretty.
Apparently, it's one of the older. It's one of the first ones made ever. Yeah. Overwatch is fairly polished. I think for me the biggest issue is just pick up any other shooter. It's just you don't get that polished feeling. Maybe it's a little more comic-y, but it's just so polished. All the effects are just so beautiful, so crisp, and it's kind of hard to go into other games where you put those settings down too low and everything just looks like
Incoming in 30 seconds.
Sad
just
that in order
edges.
to play competitive, the lower, and when you play the game in map, just like entirely new, different.
I just recently noticed this. I'm not sure if the rest of the chat noticed, but there's actually rain on the Lijiang Tower maps. There is a rain effect on those maps. I don't know if it was there before or not. I just noticed this recently, like the last match in comp yesterday, that there was a rain. I do believe I messed up my settings, so I never saw it before. And there we go. And they have the Symmetra. The Cost Gaming has the Symmetra. They're gonna come out here.
Oh.
See where they can teleport it. But it seems like the Mei is able to mess up the first teleporter.
Oh, they're going top left. They're going top left.
They're going up. They started up. Oh, the reset drops on the wrong side there, and the Mei wall comes out too low, and they're gonna be fighting on point. Seems, but they're being pushed back. Trashcan Gaming was able to get one or two picks out of this one, and with the Symmetra gone and the teleporter where it is, it's just hard to get back. Also, I do want to notice on the side, it seems the teleporter is slipping a little bit, but maybe that's.
It did slide down the side.
Okay, I was wondering. It wasn't earlier, but it's still there, so the reinforcements are able to come in. But the Mei here, with that small choke that they have to go through, is very, very horrible. And now we have the Junkrat
oh my God,
on point. Yeah, Junkrat on teleporters is never a fun thing. We're going the Tyre in. Tyre gets 2 picks. Ryan gets the other one. Now it's just the enemy Reinhardt here, just jumping off the map before you get dies. It seems like the first hold is going very favorable of Trashcan Gaming, just sticking with their Junkrats, sticking with their Maycom. Oh, seems like Cal switched onto the Widow here, trying to get those picks on the DPS here. But yeah, there comes the Sigma Shield out, and the Widow is zoned out.
I wonder if he's already accustomed to the Widow nerf with the charge up different.
It's maybe, you don't know. If you spend a couple hours in comp before this, then it's a good chance that it is. So we have a big brawl here in the left building, and it seems like Trashcan Gaming is still able to control.
That was
Got that brawling. Well,
too many ults, I thought.
yeah, a little over ulting, especially I don't believe the May ult need to go out there, but you never know.
Cannon
8-bit
fodder.
nerd might have had clutched this in some fashion or some way, and you still have the Orisa there. It seems like now they're switching out the Widow to McCree. They're sticking with the old comp, the old tried and true here. The closest thing we actually have to meta, and May gets caught out, gets killed. And seems Trashcan Gaming has bought them more time.
60 seconds.
Every little pick here is just eating away at the time back of the cause game. We're down to the last 45 seconds of this first round. Finally get the supercharger out. But the Junkrat's able to get the picks with his tire here, and we're almost down to the last 30 seconds of this game, and the cause gaming is just stifled here. They're seems like they're not able to know what they're gonna run against this spam Maycom. Not to mention the fact, I just noticed they had the brick sitting in the flank here. A very, very early nano here. Probably very untouched, but it seems... Oh, nah. Cause Gaming is finally getting able to get those picks that they need to take this... Oh, yeah. 8-bit hero swinging along, fire striking, and last couple picks here. And it seems like the Cause Game is finally able to get them onto the point.
Oh god.
I think it's fairly like, yeah, terrifying in that sense. This shield dancing, he's able to stall it for such a long time.
Objective lost.
Seems like Cal switched onto the soldier here to potentially test the point. Now he's going back onto the McCree. Alright, let's see. Seems like the Cause Gaming is opting to go through mid and rush to point, but Trashcan has high control, and as long as they have the Junkrat up there, I don't think they will lose this fight. They're dropping the point, they're bringing the brawl. The Lucio goes down. Then nice anti. Oh, and another tire coming out. He's able to find the Ana here, and now it's just to the Trashcan Gaming to clean up the rest of this fight here. It's been a very, very solid defense of Trashcan Gaming. They know they did their May Junkrat has been very, very, very decently in this map, and now they're switching out the Junkrat to the Reaper. Now we have a little lull here and there while they try to fight. It seems like Cause Gaming is still trying to go mid. Oh, no May wall this time. They're able to get onto point. Oh, and a nice hammer here from Trashcan Gaming. Or cannon fodder, I believe that's what the name is now. And Trashcan Gaming is still able to hold on to point, cleaning up the couple stragglers here and there. Only the Rhine, only the Diva, and seems another hold for Trashcan. Trashcan. See, oh, then Cause Game is finally deciding to take the high ground here and trying to run into this triple shield that the Trashcan Gaming is running. First wall goes in, not able to get any value out of it. Freeze comes out, able to pick 1-2 people. Oh, and even Sigma gets frozen here in the air. But a reverse freeze comes out. But the bomb's able to take at least 2 picks. And now the Mei and the Brig are fairly closed off up there. Of course, it's a fairly deadly comp. But, oh, it seems like they're winning out. Cause Gaming is abandoning the high ground, trying to get away from the Mei Brig comp up here. And that's enough time for Trashcan Gaming to restabilize, get those picks up, and we're going to the last 10 seconds. I didn't realize how fast this went up. Now we have a ball trying to come out, maybe touch, but it doesn't seem like going to be enough. And Trashcan Gaming is just finishing this map with a 1, winning the first rotation.
0 to 1. Switching sides. Initiating match.
Even as caster, I feel that fairly frightening. Having that Brig and having that Mei, even a 3v4 just seems so horrible.
It's just no fun. You get stunned.
Well, it's just the Brig was ulting, so all she needed a nano and she would have been a full raid boss.
See, it's definitely fun to play, but it's not fun to play.
Yeah, she just got a nerf recently, especially with the armor, and I do believe there was another nerf she got as well to her main.
Was it reducing the length of the main?
Ready for battle.
I don't remember. But
It's
definitely they reduced
no,
the
it's just
healing.
yeah, the HP decreased. No, just repair pack. So her healing is still there, her sprawliness is still there.
Attackers incoming in 30 seconds.
Just the value gained from that armor pack is just got reduced a little bit. The all-on healing and the over armor got reduced in that sense. I think the Cause Gaming is trying to here stick with their standard comp they've been running for most of the game, while Trashcan Gaming is coming out with a Symmetra. Oh no, the Cause Gaming is a little cheeky there, trying to get that early fire strike in, try to boost them out, try to spot where they're trying to go, trying to spot out the Symmetra, and there we go. They saw the Symmetra, now they're trying to pull back and see if they can hold on point.
Oh,
Teleporter goes on point, but is destroyed immediately. They saw it coming, they reacted, and oh, now it's a brawl right there. But the Symmetra, that shield damage just sucks away the Reinhardt shield. Not losing ammo, just gaining more and more charge, more and more ammo. McCree's caught on the side by that high damage beam, and it's not stopping, it's still hard charged. Finnick is just going and melting stuff with this primary fire. And cannon fodder's coming in as well, just swinging around happily, just walking and walking and walking. That primary beam from Symmetra is just so good. Have you ever heard a nano boosted fully charged Symmetra?
no. I remember,
Sounds angry.
I remember that for 1.0 Symmetra when the soft walk.
Oh yeah, that was a lovely fun. But now she actually has more damage, but she does require more aim. And McCree is able to hold it a little bit to buy the cost game a little more time here with that early pick up. But Trashcan Gaming has a full 5 minutes, and they only need a single tick to get this to win this map. Oh no! Most of the cost gaming is on the side of the cliff side, so the Trashcan is able to get in. They get in the teleporter. Sigma gets knocked onto point and gets isolated. Oh no! And that's all the cause gaming needed to finish up the rest of the team. This getting them down, eating them up. That was a very beautiful.
Really good rotation.
Whatever that boop was, it just got the Sigma and isolated him, and they were able to focus fire him down. That's a beautiful defense there. and seems like the Symmetra has her ult, so she might just use it to split the point in half, get her teleporter in, and after teleporting directly onto point, wall comes out, and McCree is stuck on the other side. A beautiful ult. Oh, but the damage got ramped up, and they were able to get a couple picks, plus the bomb, and they win the fight here. Stalling again, and this time eating a full minute off the
Sim has been dropped to May.
It was fun while it was there, but going back to that old May, getting that CC damage and getting that freeze and getting that, yeah, just the Blizzard ult alone just makes her so much more valuable, even though you do hate to see this in it. McCree is isolated here, getting froze, getting 1-2 picks, but half the team drops with it, leaving the Reinhardt and the Reaper by himself on high ground to defend. Oh, Reaper gets out, Mace and anything else, and they're rushing onto Sigma ulting. Oh, and need, oh, what a chaos of a fight. Nice shatter. The Trashcan just was waiting for that 6 ult, rush it in, get in, but May's still alive on 2 point. Can she stall out for that last little smidge of point percentage? She can, the ball comes in, and now the stagger fest comes and come. But we're talking about a full 3 minutes of stag. Oh, Crash, the Cause Gaming is falling one, twice. The Reaper just mowing through the team, just WM1 forward, ball is off point, frozen, and the map goes to Trashcan Gaming. So we're looking at a 2-2-1. That was a well-deserved to Trashcan. It seemed that they had the mobility, they knew the strats, they knew what they're gonna do, and it seemed they were able to win it up. And that's something only we see in GOATs, is that 68 kill participation from a Brig.
I guess when you're in close quarters, I hope to expect to see that from a Brig.
I do believe a couple of months ago when I did Quick Play Classic with a couple of friends, and we decided to, let's go GOATs. My friend put Brig, and he actually got 99% kill participation on Brig. Yeah, she was very, very special back then.
Oh my.
She still is. Oh, when it seems like we're going with the next map is going to be hybrid. Oh, and we see the old Skirms Row.
Not
of course, what I would
surprised.
expect. Well, I would like to see Numbani once in a while just to get played. But it seems both teams, they like the Kurt meta with either Double Shield or Ryan Diva, and they've been sticking to it fairly religiously on both sides. They I believe was Trashcan Gaming that tried the dive for that last point on Dorado.
Yes, they switched to Winston Diva because less than 30 seconds payload in order to pick. But they couldn't because I was on 3-2 with high, and they were also down on.
Wow, you have a fairly good memory here.
I remember because anytime someone ults and get a kill, the first thing in my head is, oh man, I didn't catch it on.
Well, that's the beauty of production there. You're always a little sad there. You should have gotten everything. And the fact is, all these fights have been fairly hectic. It's just ult going here, ult going there. The DPS just off their own on the left side is dueling here and there. And then you have these beautiful shatters coming in, bomb
Right.
throwing in there.
I think I would like to focus on the supports game this upcoming, because I feel like after browsing, I guess a bit the third, notice how the supports helping with the front line and helping set up for those shots. So I'm hoping that at least I capture some.
Oh, so the Brig is stunning out for the lovely big shatters. That's actually what I was. Seems also Frog is also fairly mobile and fairly aggressive on his Lucio there. On Dorado, he was able to contest and get a couple headshots in onto the fair while she was in the sky.
Right. I also noticed how the frog help, I guess, push the enemy ally. So that just encourages goes and talk. I thought that was really. So hopefully we can see more of that in King's. I guess that Sigma. Holding the high ground. King. I guess for both defense and from the.
Yeah, it seems like this is having the diva up there. But with the diva and the frog was also up there quite a bit, just zoning out and booping people off high ground.
I believe the frog played with other support that was playing specifically in Hanamura. Was able to skate around, help them set up, especially against Finnick, setting them up and.
Well, he was his speed was able to get them set up onto point fairly fast. But that Symmetra charge was just too much for them to out heal in that game. Also, we're doing a small break. It seems like Trashcan Gaming is talking a little bit here and there.
Tactical.
Well, if they're able to win Scrims Row, they pretty much
right.
they won it.
Oh, sorry, I didn't mean to. I was gonna say I would like to do a gentle 1 o'clock, 10 p.m. EST vision between. I feel so bad that I. That should be
This season just started, and we have 2 GM divisions, and then 1, 2, and 3. So we're running 5 divisions this season. So it's going to be a little chaos here and there, and hopefully we'll get stuff more organized and better in here and there. But the first couple weeks is going to be a little more chaotic.
Rough. I'll smooth out. Pretty smooth. But so I found the names. Confirmed tonight at 10 p.m. No Weaver Academy. So Stick Shape, Master Essel, and please look forward to that. Very exciting gameplay. It's always exciting to see play between different elos because like every elo has a different mentality. What works in one elo will not work in a different. It's really interesting. You get to see how people work together differently and also behave differently.
Well, the ult usage is definitely fairly different, and yeah, it's not consistent, but you do see the 1 or 2 ults you're throwing in there, over ulting here and there. But all in all, I think the fights are very similar. Like, you still run the same meta, and this might be Div 2, but it seems that the team so far have been doing a good job of implementing that meta and training.
Initiating match.
The upwards is fairly this mechanical skill. On the other hand, I think the only diva I've seen between the GM game yesterday and today actually eat an ult was the Cause Gaming diva, who Fall Sword. Yes, Fall Sword was the only person I've seen in the last 2 days actually eating an ult in one of these fights.
Yep.
Alright, so we're going up. We're starting Scrims Row. We're seeing the old school map. One of the most favorite things. I believe this is the map where the first time Goats was introduced.
I think so.
At least I know. I think the Gladiator strat made its first appearance.
Yeah, with the Widow.
Yeah, with the Widow, and it was copied so many times after in comp games. So it seems like
oh my, Winston and Hammond?
Yeah, it seems like they're opting for a dive here. The Cause is trying to pick this out. They're trying to get that Oh no, they're switching
Oh.
back to the other one. It's just to get in the spawn, just having that fun. They're opting for double shield and Baptiste here, while causing is just Trashcan is just going their standard meta, just trying to keep them at the choke. Fairly amazing charge there from Reinhardt from the top window. But seems like Trashcan Gaming switched to Moira in this case. A little more brawly, trying to get a little more heals. Reaper is trying to poke at the background, gets stunned out, and needs to rotate out. Now the walls come up. It's going to be a cluster fight in the middle here.
Oh, what a boom!
What a boop. And I seem able to... Trashcan Gaming is to zone them out a little more. Now they're dancing around this hotel, as we always see. Reaper trying to flank a little, get a little ult charge in. Reinhardt getting blocked off here. Same with the Mei. And, oh, might get a pick out of this one. This team dancing around, Bittner trying to D180 Shatter, does not work out, but this fights are able to take out the Reaper here. And now they're trying, like Trashcan Gaming is trying to trade a 1 or 2 ults, get a 1 more pick, 2 more pick. These fights go on for ages. It seems like the Trashcan Gaming is to reset a little bit. They do lost 2 people there, and the spawn advantage is in the cause's favor. So they're able to get a little more percentage on point, and with the D.Va getting out of here, with the wall coming in. Oh, but the cause Gaming is getting the picks, and the freeze comes on first for the cause Trashcan Gaming. They get 1 pick, 2 picks. Oh, and cause Gaming gets zoned out and needs to retreat. I noticed as well, it seems that Frog, who has been on Lucium for most of this game, switched on to the Mei.
Mei, yes. That caught me off when I saw that. I was like, oh, the Frog is not playing the Frog.
It seemed touched, like, yeah, it seems like they switched it out a little bit. Freeze comes out for the cause. They able to pick up the Reinhardt. And Reaper ulting in backline perfectly eaten by the D.Va. And picks going forward with the cause Gaming. They're able to get 1, 2, 3, and it seems like we're filling out. Lucio frozen over here, trying to 1v1 the Mei, but not being able to escape. It seems like the cause Gaming is charging down and chasing the Trashcan team here to the first choke. They're trying to hold a little more aggressive here. They don't want to get stuck in that dreaded archway and have to brawl it out again. One of the most horrible spots to ever be hold on is that archway. Oh, it seems they're getting it through a little bit, and car's going through now. Trashcan has regrouped. They're in there. Reaper is trying to get the McCree off high ground. He finally is able to, and now they're able to recontest. But Wall beautifully locks some of the line of sight up. Bomb comes out and only catches the Sigma. But another freeze comes in for Trashcan Gaming, getting 1 pick, 2 picks. Oh, and seems like the Reaper is going to get out. The Reinhardt gets isolated here and gets picked up, and Trashcan Gaming is able to stabilize. They get that. They get the picks, able to stabilize, and oh, there you see the skill orb going through. Sigma ult coming in, line out of sight. Oh, and the immortality field saves most of his team.
Oh my, what a rock.
Shatter coming out. Sigma caught all the way there, trying to prevent the damage from even going into the window in the first place. Reinhardt frozen, caught out, and it seems Cause Gaming is going to charge onto Trashcan here. This Mouse in 1, they have the speed, they have the damage, and just get onto them. And alright, it seems like we're closing up to the second point here, and seems Trashcan used most of their ults last fight, so they won't be able to recontest or do a major. And Cause Gaming is able to get the second point in here.
fights.
Yeah, it's always a. It's a fairly gold-centric meta, so getting ults fast and a lot of them is. Oh, and the wall gets him up. Beautiful execution. I wish there's a couple kills out here. Freeze comes in from Trashcan Gaming, and they're able to get 1 or 2 picks out of this. May almost gets. Oh, May drops in before she can die herself. It seems like Trashcan Gaming will stabilize. They're gonna hold this corner here, and hopefully. I'm using hopefully too much. As you might have noticed, I like a couple words, unfortunately, hopefully, a lot of words that I love to use and just try to use every single second.
Hello.
Alright, we have somebody joining us here. Maybe joining us here.
Yeah.
May uses her ult here, and she's Trashcan Cause Gaming is able to get 1 pick out of that May ult, but the Moira ult of Cause Gaming is pulling in, and a bomb's coming in, not getting a picks, and they're fairly even here. Reaper ult is able to get a couple more kills here on the back end with a beautiful shatter from Cannon. And with the spawn advantage in the favor of Trashcan Gaming, they're able to get out a couple more there. Sorry, Trashcan Gang. They're able to stall out this fight and just be more in control. So who's joining us here?
I'm Vessel. I'm casting.
You're
match,
here.
but I
Oh,
joined
you're.
a little early.
Oh, it's almost 10 o'clock.
They're probably just streaming the second stream. We have 2
Yeah.
streams.
So are we switching or they're switching?
Probably.
I'm assuming they are. Oh, oh my god, that Blizzard got like 3 people. Oh, but Ryan just charged off the team with Sigma.
Yeah. Seems like the fight is going into the yep, Trashcan Gaming holding strong here. They're not able to get.
It's a good thing they got outside of that horseshoe room, because being in that small room against Orion is not good.
Well, the advantage of this one, the last point on King's War is very similar to 2CP maps, that unless you get a beautiful team fight kill, it's fairly hard to basically win out this point. Another bomb in going for Trashcan Gaming, wall goes down, not any picks. But it seems that Cannon Fodder is finally falling, and Cause Game is able to get 1 or 2 picks onto their. Oh, no, but HP Pride turns the entire thing around. Both the main tanks now out. They're trading out 1 for 1 here, but again with the spawn advantage coming out. May ulting point, trying to get in there, but they are down. Reinhardt coming back in with the Shatter coming through, getting 2 down. And now we're already in overtime, which I haven't realized so far. Nice Shatter coming through, but with the Coalescence is healing them up. I don't think you will able to get any of these. Oh, Reinhardt dying here to the Deeper Bomb here. My god, this fight's been going on for ages.
Tinpan is doing an excellent job keeping his front line up. So Ryan would always be constantly low health, but he's always keeping them up.
Beautiful wall there from Finnick. And now they're finally getting the May on point, the Reaper ult on point. And with the Sigma ult just tearing off point, the Trashcan Gaming are able to hold you. I do apologize for the small interruption between the 2 maps here. It seems like the casting crew and the squads for the production for the GM division map just joined us, said hello briefly, and they'll also be going live on the second stream since it's already 10 o'clock and it's time for a GM division. But what do you expect? This fight from both teams has been fairly even. They traded out and they're grinding their way trying to get to both victory. And the Cause Gaming is not willing to give up, even though they're down by 1 map. They are not willing to give up King's Row.
I'm not sure. I feel like...
Trashcan Game has been fairly solid this the last 2 maps.
For sure,
But
for sure.
the Cause Gaming, they don't want to give up.
I feel like, and I could be biased because I've been playing Brian a lot this season, But I feel like whichever team better supports their Rhine, because every Rhine is landing excellent shatters. If one Rhine misses his shatter, the other Rhine kind of misses his. They've been mirroring each other, but if one of the Rhines just has
It's been a
slight edge
fairly
over.
close fight, but it seems like cannon fodder is definitely winning out one or two of the fights. And I think the support that he is getting from that Sigma is just helping just swing forward a little bit.
Right.
You're definitely right. It seems like the Reinhardt getting more pocket wins out.
Right. I think it's interesting though how that 8-bit nerd has support from a Lucio versus cannon fodder that does not have support from a Lucio. So it's really interesting how they're trying to make up for that lack of speed. Oh, and they baited the team with a fake telly right on point to make them give space.
And now we're going into the attack phase for Trashcan here. Symmetra back on point, but a beautiful shatter. But it's getting zoned out, and it seems like Trashcan is just killing everybody on point. That high charge Symmetra just going M1, just burning everything down. Trying on the last contest here, and first point
so quick.
Control goes to Trashcan.
Objective lost. Stop the payload.
They're trying to put the Sigma here on high ground so he can hold out, but leaving him fairly isolated with this.
Oh,
The Reaper came up there to help him out as well, the Turbot and then
Trashcan's developing ults very, very quick.
well, they had the fight was fairly well in their one, but hopefully they're able to do something with the Baptiste ult here that causes. They've been fairly good with their Fire Strike. Ah, there we go, the Fire Strike window combo. 8-bit nerd is again getting able to get out like 2 kills out of it. But the Cause had the Trashcan had that beautiful Sigma shield up there, and see that Trashcan, even though lost a couple of people, they're able to stabilize and come in with a beautiful Shatter and Reaper comp. And it seems like Trashcan is almost rolling through the streets phase. A phase you normally see very, very heavily defended, but it seems like Trashcan is just they're just very stable, their team play is very great, and they're just able to go. Oh, McCree's ult able to get a pick on the Symmetra here. But with the Moira ult coming out, they're able to stabilize, and they're almost able to catch the point. Just Diva contesting there. She's out of mech, and Cause has to back. And now they're coming close. Second point is in. And with 5 minutes to spare, 5 minutes to get that last little percentage, that 53 meters onto the sheet just to win out this map.
Oh, they're trying to give Kawao, but he can't get up. Oh, he's trying to get on high ground.
Oh, McCree on high ground's always nice and uncontested. But there we have it, Symmetra beaming down from the high ground, supported by a Sigma. Payload's almost there, 4 minutes to go in. And all this Sigma saving most of his team with that ult there. Especially as Rhino getting shattered. Bomb into the background. And now the triple shield is defending against it. But Cow with his McCree once again is able to pick up at least one pick. And now Trashcan needs to get beautiful. They need to get that full team kill to finish this out. But May ult on point is able to freeze them out. Keep up the Rhino with more, and they got the team kill there. Percentage is this, and Cause Trashcan wins the map and wins this series.
That's a lot of pressure for
Play of the game.
I forgot who plays Ryan.
The Cause
but yeah, the Cause is Ryan. That's
8-bit
so
nerd?
much. Yeah, that's a lot of pressure for him alone.
Well, Cannon had that second shield to help him out. That Sigma was
Right.
able to rotate and get out.
The Sigma shield, and then where that makes it more difficult for 8-Bit to land Shatter Stun. Oh my goodness, 11 Shatter kills, 20 Shatter Stuns.
Yeah, it's fairly ridiculous. It seems like Cannon Fodder had a beautiful couple of maps here and is able to secure the victory. And I think that's one of the major things. Cause game only came here with 6 people, and it's coming from like one of the smaller teams like previous seasons as well. If you only have a small roster of 6 people, it's fairly hard to deal with somebody who tilts. And I wouldn't be surprised if Cause Gaming just didn't have an off game, and if you don't have any people to switch out, it's fairly hard to restabilize everything else. And Trashcan Gaming just seems like they had a very better team fight here. Over and all, they used the strats they wanted to use. And now I'm just rambling. It was a very beautiful fight. Cause Gaming did a lot to hold us out here. They were able to eat quite a bit of time at that last map, but it seems like the Trashcan Gaming is just able to win everything out.
We're gonna do a brief interview. So
Alright.
we'll move down to season 3 voice.
Let me see if I can find that. Alright, I can find it.
Alright, let's do a brief move down.
Alright,
Hello.
greetings.
Hello.
Oh my.
I believe you're the captain from
The Cause.
the Mint
Yes,
team.
the cause.
And the cause, the Mint cause.
Yes.
Question: why the Mint?
The mint. Well, those are just our team colors. We kind of have 2 teams that we're working with, and so we have mint and black are the two teams that we're working with, and like gold as well for like other endeavors. So, yeah, just one of the colors to differentiate the teams if they were to go in the same tourney.
Cute. And Deem72, the captain for Trashcan Gang. Could you explain the history as to why is it the Trashcan Gang?
We sit outside near a trash can and yell at each other.
Nice.
That's it.
Wow.
We talk a lot outside after practice, and there's a trash can by, so that's for the name.
Well, you guys had both teams had beautiful fights there. Trashcan was able to win it out, but you guys from the cause, you're able to stick with it. You did not want to give up that King's Row fight. You were in it to win it.
Yeah,
just,
no.
Yeah. Go ahead.
It was rough. We kind of weren't playing what we probably should have. We'd been practicing with me playing on the Flex DPS and then Frog playing on the Frog. But naturally, just because we've kind of been doing a lot of roster shakeups recently, naturally we usually play the opposite things, which is what we did on Kings Row, which we just I think took a little bit of getting used to. But we should have definitely started doing that from the beginning.
Do you feel regrets in a couple of these matches? Because from a third-party perspective, a lot of the setups from the Cause were really impressive. The rotations look clean. I thought so.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think we have necessarily regrets. It's just like a lot of things that we just need to work. We need to work on staying together. Like we are either doing well or we're doing awful. It's one or the other.
It is a GOATS meta, so the better you stick together, the better you're gonna win out the fights.
Exactly. Yeah. So I think that we don't have necessarily any regrets from like what we were running and what we were doing. And then I think especially like on Hanamura, we stuck on certain comps way too long, which was kind of that'd probably be one of the bigger regrets, is just kind of playing things and not switching as fast as we needed to.
I see. How about you, Deem? For which map did they? Oh, for the Dorado. What did you feel could have? I suppose you could have done hindsight 2024 for Dorado.
Well, it's just our dive recently has been great, but that's a lot more of a poke heavy comp or map, and we're just not used to running those types of comps. When we got the brawl, we were really running it into them, but as soon as we had to split up and try and poke out the fortified position, it problem.
Yeah, the cause was able to
Right.
fortify on that high ground with their Baptiste, their Junkrat, their Diva, and it was seems fairly hard to take control.
Now, I don't want to reveal secrets if you want to keep secrets, but it's really interesting to see the two different tanks being played with the Rhine Diva versus Rhine Sigma. Is there a reason why you're not playing Rhine Diva?
Sigma's good still, I think, and it's a difference, and I don't think Diva's purely better. Sig can do a lot of stuff with the Rhine. You can shift to protect him as he's going in, and you eat a
Uh,
lot of damage that way, and you get the health back from that too while you're going in. So
worked out.
it just lets you go in harder, and
It,
have more just sustain during those fights.
it worked out pretty well for you guys. I kept for a couple times where the Sigma was a little too happy, and he got stuck in the middle of
Oh
the
yeah, that was
enemy.
me. Yep.
Right, but no, I understand quite a bit since you have been playing Sigma so much in Double Shield. He's still up there. You still have the skill on it, so not using it is just wasting uh at this point in half a year of your.
Yeah. I also don't necessarily. I mean, they've Overwatch League has played a couple of games.
Oh,
His
I
Rhine
definitely
too.
support
So
the ride. The Rhine Sigma is just a beautiful, just a damage, pure damage.
yeah.
And you were able to support your Reinhardt fairly well. Like Cannon Fodder was able to get out some beautiful shatters, 8-bit as well.
Yeah,
Just
they were good shatters from both teams. They're really, really good.
for me, it's always nice to see. I myself am a support, and just the fact that 8-bit was able to get at least a 1 or 2 fire strike kills with every single window the Baptiste was able to put.
Right,
Just
the
that one
Baptiste
combination is
ults.
fairly nice to see.
Yeah, they were set up really nicely for the Rhine.
Yeah, he was definitely calling those out. Sorry. Yeah.
No, you didn't. No, those
Yeah.
are good. If you have any like last comments or questions to ask each other, we also encourage that as well. If not,
Also, if you have social media, feel free to plug yourself or your
yeah,
team.
get that clout. It's all about the clout. Do you have any? Just
Uh, yeah, we don't have any social medias as of now. I think that's something that we're in the process of
Mhm.
working on. But no, I mean, I think the only question that I had for them was why the Sigma pick? Just because I thought that that was a very interesting pick to stick with like the entire time. But I mean, I think you answered that one already, so that's good stuff though.
How about you, Dean? You have any questions for your, I don't know, rival, for your match, your opponent?
Not really.
Oh my gosh.
All right, would you like to plug your social media in there?
I mean, they played pretty standard comp, so it was.
Yeah, we weren't that outside of the box, that's for sure.
It's all about the rotation. It's just getting that
Yeah.
teamwork in, and I think both of your teams will do fairly well in the turn. A lot of the fights they were very close, in
Mhm.
a
Yeah,
lot of the outcomes.
for sure.
And anyways, I will not keep you any longer. Thank you for showing up. Thank for both teams being here today.
Thank you so
On
much. Yeah, and if you
behalf of
have
Revo, we like talented teams and we like you to show off some of your skills, which both teams.
and don't forget, we also vote for MVP. So if you want to vote for an MVP, you can vote. Don't remind your players to vote. You know.
Is that through the Twitch, correct?
Yeah, I believe it is through the Twitch. I believe the command is. Let me double check what it is so I don't give it the wrong one. But I do believe Solja would help moderate with the voting. But yeah, definitely vote for whoever you think deserves MVP. I think there's a lot of contestants. Oh, here's here. Solja, would you like to do a brief close about voting, and then we'll end the stream so we can move on to the GM division?
Yeah, I don't know what's going on. I just randomly came in, but hi everybody. Hopefully everybody had a great game. I see that Trashcan won. I was rooting for you guys because I know you guys are associated with Sun Milk, and Sun Milk is the bomb. So
Oh,
by
damn,
proxy, you
that's
guys are the bomb.
damn.
Um, but what?
Favoritism.
I'm cause all the way. I think that I don't want it to win.
Sorry, my MVP from the cause is Kawas on the McCree.
Ah.
So
Yeah, no,
But
he definitely was popping off. That was actually he's one of our recent pickups, and that was like his first game with us. So I'll
really
definitely
good.
relay that. Yeah,
Really good. Let him know.
yeah, I will.
All right, Soldier, close it out so I can finally end this.
Well, I guess I'll close out. Thank you everybody for watching. I wasn't here the entire time, so thank you for watching the cast. You have Renz was I think your play-by-play the entire time, and the color caster at the same time. So
Yeah, we're not able to find another caster, and since Sun Milk did such a good job of producing yesterday, I didn't want to leave her high and dry when she had one of the teams that she really wanted to.
yeah, Sun Milk is awesome. She's done a ton of production for us. And we really love that she does this for us. She brings games to you guys, and she doesn't complain at all. Actually, she is excited to do it, so that's awesome. So thank you teams for playing tonight, and hopefully we can watch more awesome Overwatch in the future from you guys. And we will be heading over to our GM division here after Sunmilk stops her stream, and we'll be watching some high level play and
Is your
shape.
stream still on?
Yeah,
Yeah,
I'm
we're
actually
she's
about to
buzzing now.
end it in 3 seconds.
Oh yeah, because it's not letting me.
Yep, I'm ending it now.